Spirit. But even just two really good players on comms. Like for me, when I would go in, like when I was not cheesing and I would go in Survivor games, it all depended on who was on my team. Like there were certain people I would play with and it would just, we would get 4K'd every match. But then there were other people that I played with and we basically escaped every match. It all depended on like the competence of my team. Because I'm not like a great player, but I can crank out gens and be very useful when someone else is, you know, when I'm on a good team.
Right. I'm like almost always solo queue, so all I ever do is generators and stealth. Just let everyone else be altruistic and the gens still end up getting done because of me.
But solo queue, like, I don't know, that was just something I couldn't really do.
Oh, I can't swift for too long or I get like sick of the people I'm playing with.
Well, I was always changing it. Like I always had open lobbies and it was always different people. But I'm saying there were certain people that were on a level where it was just like, it was always a 3 or 4 man out. And then there were other players that it was just like, no matter what you did, we're all dead. Well, maybe someone got hatched, but it's because like all it takes really is like you're this goes with like anything like sports or, you know, a band or anything, but you're like only as strong as your weakest player, you know. If you're playing in a band and the drummer's like you have an amazing guitar player, amazing keyboard player, amazing singer, but the drummer can't keep time and is all over the place, like your whole band's gonna sound like crap.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you're on a team where you got like 3 really good players, but someone is just going down every 2 seconds and your whole mission is to try to, like, you know, protect the president, like save this one person, it's just gonna pull the whole team down.
That's true.
So that was my issue with like solo queue or with teams, is that it was heavily dependent on teamwork. Whereas when I played killer, it was all on me. So if I lost, well, assuming they weren't cheating, which most of the case was probably not, you know, they probably weren't cheating. But if I lost, it was just my skill issue. It was just like I needed to get better, figure out what I was doing wrong. So it was all dependent on me, which is what I liked because I couldn't blame anyone and I wasn't necessarily like losing match after match because I was just on a team with bad players. So basically the way I would do it is like if friends were around that wanted to play, I would play Survivor, but if no one was around, I would play Killer. But then it just got to a point where it's like people were always around, so I was hardly playing Killer that much.
It really depends on what has the blood point bonus. Usually I'm playing Killer, like, I enjoy Killer more, especially because I don't have friends. But if the blood point bonus is 100% and I really want another prestige, I'll just play solo queue Survivor for a few hours. And I enjoy it. Like, I love the joys of solo queue. I don't mind shitty teammates or, like, bad players. It doesn't bother me.
Well, I think for me, the thing with solo queue is that, like, I wasn't on comms with these people, so there was no interaction. And there was no, like, we're not having fun together. I mean, I guess you could kind of, like, within the context of the game, do silly things and point at each other and, you know, make plays with each other without speaking. But I just figured if I'm not going to be, like, playing with people that I'm talking to and actually interacting with, might as well just be playing Killer and doing my own thing.
Yeah, I understand. Sometimes it depends on the killer I'm playing, but sometimes I need way too much brain power. I just can't do it. Like with Tiffany, I can kind of turn off my brain because I have a really strong endgame build and I'm just like going around hooking whoever. It doesn't matter if the gens get done, I'm not stressed. But if I'm playing like Blight, I'm focusing on where the survivors' locations are, what they're all doing at the same time, who I need to slug next, who I need to go after next. It's such a challenge. It's super stressful. If I play Blight in like a kind of relaxed way, then you know I'm probably like high out of my mind. Like, I sweat when I get on Blight. I'm not afraid to admit it. I need to shower, but like, I don't know, it's just so stressful, some killers. I wish I didn't have to be stressed when I play Blight. Like, I would love to just be okay and play Blight, but I just can't. It's too stressful.
Well, I used to like to just chase, especially with nurse, I would just like to chase like whoever I saw, but that doesn't really work because you're not going to get 12 hooks against a good team and as quickly as they can do gens. You kind of have to put pressure on, like pick 2 people and really put pressure on by getting them to like second hook stage if you want to win. But I always like chasing, and I like to be able to chase like all 4 survivors and have that experience of like going for different people, and that was the fun part.
But like bullying people as nurse.
Why do I bully people? You don't. How many people I let live?
Only if they seem really bad.
No.
If they teabag you once, you tunnel them out.
No, not always. Fair, I've matured in that. No, I had a Meg earlier that I gave her the benefit of the doubt. She started teabagging me, and I like now I question. I'm like, are those friendly teabags? I'd like to believe they're friendly teabags. So let's pretend that didn't happen. You know, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but she kept doing it and then like pointing at me and like they weren't friendly. So eventually I killed her, and then well, I think I killed them all. I gave one of them the hatch, but then they like there's I think I posted the video, but they were Twitch streaming Swift, and they thought that I was stream sniping them, so they immediately banned me from their chat.
Somebody do that.
But I appealed the ban, and I was like, well, I just put like a request. I was like, hey, I know you thought I was stream sniping because I watched your VOD, but I wasn't. I was actually like, I did visit your stream before because I wanted to see who I was playing against, and I didn't leave it, but I wasn't looking at it. It was muted in the background. I guess she believed me.
It's just so crazy.
But watching the VOD was funny because they're like, oh, 100% their stream sniping, 100%. Like, imagine being a P100 nurse and having to stream snipe. Like, they were like real salty about it. But I think that she seemed to hear me out. Like, she heard me out and unbanned me. I think she believed me. But one of them was still salty. Like, the one Meg that was teabagging, they were in her chat and they're like, oh, you tunneled. Just admit it, you tunneled. And it's back to the whole entitled survivor rulebook.
The last time that I, as a survivor, teabagged any killer, I think I was playing Leon, and it was a trickster, and he chased me for the better part of a full minute and still couldn't catch me, so I stunned him with the pallet and gave him a couple cheeky teabags, and he disconnected, and he had such a big damaged ego that he was like, I'm not gonna put up with that mid-chase. Like, he disconnected and ruined it for everybody because I tapped the control button a couple of times. Like, I have the video and everything. It was so funny. I was just laughing.
I think that's why I don't care that I cheese, because, like, or get the hate for cheesing, because I got that hate anyway just playing nurse, like, not cheating. So I'm just used to, like, no matter what I do, there are people who are mad about it. But like in that specific game, everybody was on death hook before anyone died. So everybody was hooked twice before I killed anyone. And they said well, the one person said I tunneled. And I'm like, how is that tunneling? Like, who was I supposed to go for? The imaginary fifth survivor? Like, you were all on death hook. How is that tunneling?
Yeah, I've actually caught some of my newer friends who don't really know the game too well being like, he's tunneling me, and I have to point out to them, I have to be like, no, you got unhooked, you healed, and you did half a generator before he did anything. Like, you're okay.
Yeah, I think the thing is that when it comes to things like tunneling, camping, proxy camping, face camping, whatever, all this stuff, all these terms, is that everyone defines them differently. Like, to me, you know, hard tunneling is like you're just going for one person. That's it. You're ignoring everyone else, and you're trying to kill that person as quickly as possible. As soon as they get off the hook, you're there to down them and hook them again. As soon as they get off the hook, you just want to eliminate them hard, and like you don't care about anyone else. You might hit someone just to get them out of your way, but you're focused on that one person to kill them to make the game a 3v1. It's not like, oh, I hooked them, left the hook for like 3 hours, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're healing. I come back and they're healing under the hook, and it's like, okay. Like, I always leave the hook and give them time to get someone, but I'll come back to it. Like, I'm not just gonna leave it and give you a free unhook. Like, I'm gonna leave it to try to find someone else, but I'm gonna come back to it because I know someone's coming to the hook to unhook. So now, like, why wouldn't I try to catch two survivors out of position?
That's true.
Whoops. I let them die. I mean, like, the whole tunneling thing, it's like, it's a strategy, just like gen rushing, right?
Yeah.
Like breaking a 3-gen from the very beginning of the game. It's like, okay, there's a 3-gen. All three of us get on this while one person's looping the killer, and we're gonna break this gen, we're gonna do this gen, so we're killing the 3-gen.
Makes sense. I don't particularly enjoy tunneling, but I have so many friends who are like, Dead by Daylight is a chase-based game. Chasing is the best thing in this game, you know? Like people who just love taking chase. But on the same, like, 10 minutes, they'll be like, oh, I'm getting tunneled, I hate it. This is stupid. Like, is it not getting chased? Is getting tunneled not being chased?
I know, right? It's like they're the people that
so
teabag the killer and point at them like they want to get chased, but then when the killer focuses in on them, it's like, oh, it's not fair.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Morning, Talia. Welcome to the stream.
Good morning.
How does he not get banned? Lobby is full. He doesn't get banned because he never loses.
Good answer. I like it.
Yeah. I was gonna give a genuine answer and then I remembered that you just don't lose. I'm sure someone can switch out Talia. He's had
I
the
just
same
loaded
group
up.
for a
You got to
bit.
kick someone.
Yeah, I think we should do a switch.
Kick one of your poor viewers.
Viewers.
Look, that's not auto moonwalk there. That's not auto. That is.
You're so good at moonwalking.
Hey! What a bully. She's such a bully.
I'm sorry, it just brings me so much joy. It's just so funny.
I don't know, maybe don't lay under the hook next time when you're down? gonna fall over. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, the fucking
Urban away. I tried to say, like, you can't lay under the hook.
Yay.
I need time to give you the wiggle magic.
I do have to head out for a bit. One of my friends really needs some help with something, so I'm gonna leave call for a bit. Thank you for the games, thank you for the stream. It was super fun.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, I'll be back later if you're still on, but I do have to go. Bye, Prophet. Bye, Blight. Bye, Jay. Have fun.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.
Well, there goes your problem. Someone's kicked.